Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News podcast for Saturday, April 19th, 2026. I'm your host, and here's your concise 2-minute rundown on yesterday's Wall Street action and what matters most for investors right now. Wall Street surged to fresh record highs on Friday, with the S&P 500 jumping 1.2% to close at 7,126. The Dow Jones rallying nearly 1.8% to 49,447, and the Nasdaq notching up its 13th consecutive gain, its longest winning streak since 1992, up 1.5% to 24,468. The week ended with bullish momentum as geopolitical tensions eased and oil prices plunged. So, what's been driving markets and where should investors focus? Our top story: relief swept through markets after Iran announced the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial artery for global oil shipments. Oil prices cratered by more than 10%, with U.S. crude shedding over 11% and Brent settling around $90 per barrel. This quickly eased inflation worries and lifted rate cut hopes, fueling a strong rally in consumer discretionary and industrial stocks. However, energy shares took the hit. ExxonMobil dropped 3.6%, Chevron lost 2.2%, making energy the S&P's weakest sector of the day. Small-cap stocks were big winners in the rally. The Russell 2000 soared 2.1% to a new closing high, outperforming large caps. As energy prices fell, small caps, typically squeezed by high costs, got some breathing room, driving outperformance. Look for renewed interest in small-cap ETFs like the Vanguard Small Cap and iShares Core S&P Small Cap as the economic outlook brightens. Earnings season is heating up, and not every report is rosy. Alcoa slid almost 7% after missing Wall Street estimates on both profit and revenue. The aluminum major blamed rising costs and weaker demand. Meanwhile, Netflix tanked nearly 10% after disappointing earnings guidance, despite strong streaming growth. Market pros are buzzing about opportunity beyond the usual megacaps. With inflation expectations cooling, there's growing conviction that the Fed may have room to cut rates this year. Pros say the combination of lower oil, easing global risks, and fresh trade deals with the US and Europe could set the stage for a broad-based rally, especially in small caps, emerging markets, and the so-called Magnificent Seven tech giants, which are now trading at their most attractive valuations in years. On the mutual fund front, portfolio activity picked up in India. 7 major funds, including HDFC and SBI, fully exited 18 stocks in March, reflecting a rotation in emerging market sentiment and managers adjusting to shifting sector opportunities as global flows return. To recap, the S&P 500, Dow, and Nasdaq all closed at record highs. Major catalysts included easing Mideast tensions, a sharp oil price drop, continued small-cap outperformance, and a mixed round of earnings. Looking ahead, keep an eye on next week's earnings from big industrials and tech names, as well as hints from the Federal Reserve about the timeline for potential rate cuts. That's your fast, focused daily market update. For more sharp, insightful coverage, subscribe or follow us for tomorrow's market briefing. Thanks for listening, and have a profitable day.